President Trump floating the possibility of a $5 million gold card as a pathway to American citizenship.
So it's a gold card. It's somewhat like a green card, but at a higher level of sophistication.
So on February 25th, President Trump announced a new gold card. This is a program that allowed people to pay $5 million directly to the U.S. government, and that gave them a fast track to permanent residency or a visa. It's the first time the U.S. had ever done something like this.
So we're certainly getting interest, and the phones are off the hook. Everybody's very curious about what that will look like, what will be the criteria.
So the U.S. has long had an investment visa program. The previous program that the gold card replaces is called EB-5. The way it worked is you paid somewhere between $900,000 to $1 million, somewhere around there, depending on the program. Usually infrastructure, could be a development that would create jobs, up to 10 jobs, and then eventually you could get residency or citizenship.
The EB-5 program, although it has its problems, was a widely successful program.
But the key to that program was that there was job creation and investment as part of it. The gold card, there's no job creation requirement and there's no investment. It's straight cash to the government. The reason the U.S. is doing this now is because they need money. Now, President Trump says he could sell 1 million of these. That would be $5 trillion.
And if you sell 10 million of the cards, that's a total of $50 trillion.
Currently, there's a limited number of green cards that are available annually. In order to achieve the millions and trillions of dollars that the president has referred to, you would have to increase the number of visas available to even come close to what he is suggesting.
The big question is whether this new program will coexist with the EB-5 and other existing programs, or whether if you're Apple and you want to bring in an engineer from China or Taiwan, whether this is the only real way to bring them in legally, in which case this could replace some of the other existing programs that make it legal, but certainly difficult to get people into the U.S. My estimate is that they will probably sell in the thousands every year, but certainly not in the tens of thousands. This is a small number, but it contains a tax provision that is very beneficial to the wealthy. Rich people around the world right now want alternative passports. They want American citizenship. So there are a lot of people that will pay this $5 million to get citizenship and the benefits.
I will tell you, the people that can pay $5 million, they're going to create jobs. They're going to spend a lot of money on jobs.
Golden visa programs have been there for quite some time. The purpose is to stimulate the economies. And now it's really gaining popularity. People are investing more and more into these programs.
Some popular programs right now are Malta, because Malta, with $1 million or so, gets you entry into the European Union. That's very popular. It's a passport. It's not just a citizenship. Portugal is very popular. Italy, they all have benefit programs that either reduce your taxes or allow you to retire there.
China, India, the Middle East, they were not necessarily born with very strong passports that can travel elsewhere. So they're looking for strong passports to better their life, have access to that healthcare, that education, that business opportunity.
The whole industry of investment visas is a $20 billion a year industry. And the reason is that today's ultra wealthy, they want backup plans if they have to leave their country or there are too many geopolitical problems in the country. They want another country they can go to. Many of them also want to live or retire in a different country. All it takes is $5 million. The question will be whether you will be vetted, what that vetting sounds like. According to the Commerce Secretary and President Trump, there will be very little requirements for people as long as they pay the money.
Would a Russian oligarch be eligible for a gold card?
Yeah, possibly. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are very nice people. A lot of people are going to want to be in this country, and they'll be able to work and provide jobs and build companies and pay taxes. All of those things. It's an incredible thing.
There are a number of these programs all around the world, but they have had varying success, and many countries have, in fact, attempted to limit the program, either because of litigation or because of the impact on the local communities. And so I think that there is a lot of risk with these types of programs because you need to really carefully vet where the money is coming from and what the impact will be on American communities. I fundamentally agree with where President Trump is coming from. Immigrants actually are great economic contributors to the United States. I think where we may differ here, it's just a payment or a tax to the government, and it is not necessarily improving local communities, investing in our communities, investing in underserved areas, or creating American jobs.
One of the big controversies is whether Congress needs to approve this. Now, the EB-5 program was just recertified in 2022 because there was all kinds of fraud and abuse, and Congress worked very hard to get that program back on track, create the jobs from that.
Bottom line is that any new visa category has to be congressionally authorized. You cannot create a new visa program or a new green card without congressional authority. You can't do it out of executive action.
But so far, no one in Congress has said they need to weigh in on this because the Republicans control Congress right now, and they have not said that they need to approve this. Trump plans to start selling this sometime in March. We'll see.